Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to be making a slipcase for a journal. But before I do that, I have to share something really exciting with you. So today, VectoriaDesigns just released a Life Notes project pack that is unbelievable, and I already got mine. And the reason why I have to share it with you right now is because it was just released today, September 12th, 2019, and between now and through September 14th of 2019, it is 70% off. And I don't want my viewers to miss out on that. 70% off is amazing. And this project pack is amazing. It has so much in it, you're not going to believe it. And I'm really excited to share this with you and, of course, the project that I'm going to be doing. So enough chit chat. Let's get started. To start off, I want you to see that the Life Notes project pack actually has a table of contents that comes with it. And that's because it needs a table of contents because there are so many things in this project pack. You would not believe it. And what's really nice is that a lot of these things come with a template so that you don't have to use your printer to print it out and use, a lot of ink. You can just create a template and cut it out with paper that you already have. There's also ink saver, so a lot of these come with an ink saver if you do want to print it out but not use as much ink. There is just so many options that come with this. And by the way, if you want to just, pause this and take a look at some of the things that come with it, feel free to do that. But I'm going to start by showing you the journal cover. So this is the cover, and it is beautiful. I'm looking at my my screen right now, and I don't even think the color is showing up right, but I'm really sorry about that. But this is just beautiful, and all you have to do after printing it is cut it out, and see if I can get up close here. It has lines here so that you'll know where to score and where to fold, and it's really awesome. But what if you don't want to print it out and you want to use your own papers? Well, I took a piece of scrapbook paper and I cut it down to 8.5 by 11 so that it would fit through my printer, and I printed it on the other side. So now I can cut it out and I know where to score. You might want to print it out on this side, kind of like they did with this one. So you could do it either way, but this way you're using your own paper if you don't want to use a lot of ink. Another way to do it is to print it out on a piece of cardstock and cut it out and use this as a template, so you could lay it on whatever paper you have and just draw around it, and you can save this and just use it over and over again to, trace around on whatever paper you want to use. So those are just a few ways that you can use this to make the cover. And let me grab some other stuff here. Here is the front and back cover for the inside. And so everything is just here for you. And like I said, they have templates, they have ink savers, but everything you need is here. There's even some labels down here. And I'm going to show you one of the bindings. So this is the outer binding and the inner binding, and this particular one has 3 holes at each end, and this one is made for using 3 elastics. But they have other ones for using 2 elastics or for sewing. Let me pull this up here really quick so you could see the different spine options that they have. It's just absolutely amazing. And they also even have it with a pen holder. And you can see that they come with templates and some ink savers. So really awesome. I did not print them all out, of course. So let me move that to the side. And guess what? This is today's project. This is the slipcase. And this is what we're going to be making today. So stay tuned because we're going to do that right after I show you some more of these papers. All right. I just wanted to show you that they have, well, let's see, there's the slipcase. And they have envelope notebook covers and a whole bunch of extras on here. They've got gift card envelopes and labels and tabs and everything you can imagine. And then they have embellishments. And there are 15 embellishment pages. So I'm just going to be showing you a couple of them here. So there is this one. These are nice little corner pockets and just other little doodads. You can cut these out and put a picture in the center of it if you want. And that was number 1. I'm jumping all the way to number 11 here. Are these beautiful or what? Absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to flip this one over, and I should actually flip it over later, but I'm going to do it now. They actually have paper you can print out to go on the back of things. So, you know, if you wanted the back of this obviously to not be white, which my cardstock is white when you print it out, well, you can have it where you print this on the back, and that way when you cut out your embellishments, they will also match on the back. They will have this, you know, beautiful paper. And one of the things I wanted to show you on this one, I have 2 different printers that I use. So I have one where it will not go all the way to the edges. So I just wanted you to see that, but it still comes out far enough that it's going to cover the backs of all of the embellishments. And here is more. This includes, tells you, everything tells you what they are. So there's spine labels for the 6-inch slip cover, which is what we're making today. And some more beautiful embellishments. These are all just gorgeous. And I'm pulling this one out here. Got a little note on it. Let me pull it off. So my top feed printer is the one that does not print all the way to the edges. And you'll notice that on this side, it is a smaller margin than on this side. So it depends on your printer and how it works. So I wanted to show that it doesn't, you know, print all the way to the edges. And so you would need to use, where did it go again? You would need to use something like this on the back of it because you won't be able to match things up exactly. So that's how you would do it with your, you know, if you were using a top feed printer. But this is just more of the, this shows some journal pages and some things to go with it down here on the bottom. They do have it where you can either have the journal pages, and this is blank down here. So it's kind of like an ink saver kind of thing because you're not using so much ink to print out extra stuff, and you'll just have an extra piece of paper or cardstock down at the bottom. But this one is one of them that has, you know, extras on it. But now we're going to get into the ones that do not. So these don't have that at the bottom. And also I printed this out using their ink saver option. And I think it's just beautiful even with their ink saver option. Just gorgeous. And I also printed it on the back because this one was done with my other printer that has a little drawer feeder. And it prints so that I could actually do this. If I could hold this up to the light, you will see that these match up exactly on both sides. So I didn't need to use that, you know, I didn't need to use the full page paper on the back. I was able to feed this in twice and print on both sides. So again, this is using the ink saver, and this is just a couple of their pages. This is like number 3. This is, oh, and this one was a back design. I take that back. I wanted to show you that as well. So this one, like I said, I was able to print on both sides, and it will match up evenly on both sides because of the printer I used. But if your printer does not match up exactly like mine does, then they have these back pages. So you can print this, and you'll see it goes closer to the edge on this side than it does on this side, and that's so that when you cut it out, you won't have any white lines showing. So they do have that. If your printer does not do what mine does, they have taken care of that for you because they have thought of everything. Now here we are, and this is printed regular. So this is what it would look like if you didn't use ink saver. Let me pull ink saver back over here because I want to show them side by side. So the exact same thing. This one not ink saver, this one ink saver. They are both gorgeous. They are both absolutely gorgeous. And again, I've been able to print on both sides with one of my printers. So just wanted to show you some more of the pages. and what they look like. And they are just beautiful, and there are a ton of pages, okay? I'm just showing you a few, okay? And my dogs just went crazy, so I'm going to stop the video and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the dogs under control. Sorry about that. But I did want to show you really quick. I'd already showed you the embellishment pages, that there's 15 of them. And now I want to show you really quick that the journal pages come in different sizes, like 8.5 inches, 6.75 inches. This is how high they are. And there's 15 pages of, I believe, of each one. Yep, there's 15 pages in each size. And the ones I just showed you were the 6-inch ones. But they just have so many things. And these are the pages with the embellishments on them. And there are 15 of those as well. And then there are full sheets, which are, let me see where they are. I'm trying to back up and find one that I had the full sheet on, so give me a second here. So this is a full sheet, and if I'd used my other printer, it would actually be printing edge to edge. So it just depends on your printer. And then they have the back design journal pages, and they just have tons of everything. And so I just wanted to show you that really quick before I move on to the next thing. So I just wanted to show you a couple of the envelopes. I didn't print these out as full color. I used these with the ink saver. This one I did on white, and it is gorgeous on the white. And this one I did on some beige cardstock. It also came out beautiful. And if you have some cardstock like this or papers like this, this is really perfect to use as well. But I just wanted you to see that there are so many things, that they are beautiful, but you don't have to use a lot of ink, because I know a lot of you are so worried about how much ink printables take. And I don't have a problem with that because I don't think it uses that much ink, but I know a lot of you do. So I wanted you to see that the ink saver options are just gorgeous. And I wanted you to see that, you know, they come with templates if you wanted to use templates instead. And I'm just kind of making a mess here, trying to find where I'm at. There we go. Just showing you that they have templates, they have ink savers, they have something for everything you are doing, no matter what size journal you want to do, if you want to do it with elastics or sewing. There's just so many options with this. It's unbelievable. And guess what? You don't have to use it just for journals. You can use this to make planners. You can use this to make mini albums. And you can use this to make slipcovers. And that's what we're going to do next. Okay, let's get started on making this slipcase. So it suggests that it be printed out on 59-pound cover paper, preferably heavier. And I've used 110-pound. And also, this is beautiful on this side, but I didn't want the other side to be white, so I also printed out one of the full-page papers that come in this project pack, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It matches this side. And so now all I have to do is go cut out these pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just going to set this on the scoreboard and find exactly where it needs to be scored. And it is that easy. And we're just going to fold right on those score lines. And we are going to do the same thing on here. As you can see, it shows the score lines. It also shows coloring past it. And that way, when you fold it over after it's scored, there won't be a white edge showing. Isn't that genius? Okay, so we're going to get this done, and I'll be right back. Okay, everything has been scored and folded, and that side is beautiful. And I've done that to all of these. And so now I like to ink the edges. This is just my preference. And so that is what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to start off showing you, and then I'll do it off camera so that I'm not wasting your time, because I know that we all know how to ink the edges. I've shown this a million times in my videos. I'm not going to finish that one right now because I'm going to show you that I'm also going to be doing these edges. Okay, so where the score line is, I'm folding that over the way it's going to look, and I'm going to ink the edges of these as well. I just love the way it looks. It's just my preference, and it may not be yours, so it's totally up to you whether you do this step. Okay, I got all of my edges inked, and then I remembered this. So this is a spine label for the slipcover, and there was a variety to choose from, and I decided to cut this one out and ink the edges. And I actually don't know what I'm going to put on there right now, but I do know that I want to attach it to the spine before I put this together, because I'm actually going to be doing something else. I'm actually going to be using some brads, and it's going to look really cool. So I'm going to glue this on really quick here, and then I'm going to show you how to put the brads on. Well, you guys all know how to put brads on, so I guess that's not really what I'm showing you, but I'm going to show you that if you're going to do that, it's best if you do it before you put this all together. So, I'm going to lay this down, get this centered on here. There we go. Okay. So I've got that in place, and let me grab something real quick. This is a thing for putting brads in. I know it has a name, but you poke the hole with one end, you can separate the ends of the brad with the other end, and so this is what I'm going to use. And right here, let me get it up there, you can see where the brads would go, because they already have cute little pretend, printed brads. So what I'm going to do is poke a hole, and I should have got the little mat that goes with this, because there's a little mat that goes with it, but just going to poke those holes right through on both ends without poking a hole in my finger. Yay, successful. No poking of holes in fingers. Okay, I'm going to get out the brads, and these are, I'll have to pour it out maybe. They're so tiny, they're hard to get to. They're just these itty bitty little tiny ones. Aren't they just cute? Okay, so I need 4 of them right there. And I'm just going to poke it in, maybe. See if I could do this without it falling out the other side. This is so tiny, I'm probably not going to use that little tool I brought over. This is so tiny I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, you all didn't need to watch me put brads in anyway, because you guys already know how to do that. And there we go. So that would have been kind of impossible to do if this was all put together first, because, reaching down inside. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to attach these edges. And, well, the sides, not edges. And we're going to be putting double-sided tape all along this, because, let me flip this over, it's going to be attached just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on both sides. So we're going to have our double-sided tape, and we're going to attach that just like that. And then when we fold up the sides, they'll attach here. So I'm going to be using my double-sided tape. My 1/2 inch was too big for this, so I'm going to use my 1/4 inch and just make sure that I get it really close to the fold right there. And again, this is something you probably don't need to watch me do, because I think you all know how to add double-sided tape to your projects. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I'll show you me doing it to the one, and then I'll do it to the other one, and then it'll be time to attach them and get this slipcase put together. All right, so with this done, I'll do the other one, and I will be right back. Okay, I have my double-sided tape on all of them, and it's time to get putting these together. So we're going to start by removing the double-sided tape right there. And I'm actually going to use a little bit of my Beacon 3-in-1 for a little glue tip that helps you put it together with a little wiggle room, even when you're using double-sided tape. So I'm just going to slide this right over the top and get it lined up, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to remove this tape. Well, not the tape, but remove the protective layer on the tape. Get out my beacon and just put a little bit right on there. Not a lot, just a little. Enough so that it'll slide. Otherwise, the double-sided tape just kind of attaches itself, and there really isn't anything you can do about it. But get this lined up. I really like this Life Notes kit, and actually it's called a project pack because there's a lot of projects in it. And I also like the Ephemera file folder project pack. And the reason why is it takes all the guesswork and measuring out for you, because you don't have to do all the measuring and figuring out, how to do things and having your list of directions laying around, because they do all that work for you. Okay, so we've got that on there. I'm going to turn it over because we're going to remove these sides and we're going to bring these up so that it matches. Okay, let's see if I can get that on camera really good here. So we're going to bring it up to the side and match it up. We're going to do the same thing on this side. When that tape is off, we are going to bring it up and match it up. All right, so let's get started. Try my best to do this where you can see it. Oh, I was going to show you something. Also on the inside, once we attach those, it pretty much covers up where the brads came through. Kind of gives it a nice clean look, doesn't it? Okay, so back to this. We're going to do the other side now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to come over here and do this side. I don't know if it makes a difference, but that's what I just decided on. So make sure that's folded in good. Bring the side up. Match it up. And press it down. Okay. Now we'll do this one. Same way. Bring it up. Match it up. This is so easy. Sometimes, even though you see me make a lot of things from scratch, and I spend a lot of time usually on the math trying to figure out how to make it work, and all of the details for you guys so that you can learn how to do it. But seriously, the project pack makes it so much easier because it's just already there for you. You just cut around the lines. You don't have to wonder where you're going to fold it, where you're going to score it, where you're going to cut it, or anything like that. So
here it is. Look at that beautiful inside, because I, made sure I printed on the other side. But if it's white inside, that's going to be fine too. And another thing I may do in the future, and especially if your cardstock isn't really sturdy, you can cut a panel and put it in here on the sides, kind of doubling it up, making it a little bit more sturdy if you want, but it's really nice the way it is. And other things you can do that I've contemplated, possibly cutting out that label right there and putting it across the front, or cutting out this beautiful picture right here and putting that on the front. There are so many possibilities, because right now, as beautiful as it is, I really think it needs something. But I just haven't decided yet because there are so many choices. Just to give you an idea, I went ahead and cut these out and inked the edges. And so that is one look, if you wanted to put that on there. Or a completely different look is, I kind of like this one. Putting this down here. And then if you watched my video this past Saturday, you saw that these are from the other kit, and I had this extra one. And so that is also a possibility. And I will be making the 6-inch journal that goes in this, so be watching for that video. And in the meantime, I will show you, this is the journal. I made this last Saturday, which is where this came from. And it's a little bit small for this case, but I just wanted to show you that it slips in here nicely. I could actually fit 2 of them in here, but they're a little bit short. But that's okay, because the one I'm going to be making is the 6-inch journal that's going to fit in here perfectly. So be watching for that. Like I said, in the near future, you're not going to want to miss it.
Thank you all for watching today. And if you want to see more of that kit, there's a link below in the description box where you can get right to it and you'll be able to see more of what's in it. There will be a link below to a VectoriaDesigns video where you can also see more of it, because I can only show so much of it in my video, and there's so much more to see, and you're not going to want to miss any of it. So just click where it says show more. It'll drop down and you will find all the links that you are going to need. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.